Hello everyone, Tom here, and welcome back to another video on the Racing Joker channel. So, today I'm going to be talking about my modding plans for my 2015 Subaru WRX, which is also known as the Heist. And to get something out of the way, before I even start, is I'm a college student, which means there are several things that are going to be hindered by that. One, budget, obviously. Existentially as a college student, that means my budget's going to be limited. I can't mod this car to crack right away. I will be getting things as I can afford it over time. So this will take years, which is fine. It's a daily, so it's not like it's going to be a problem. And that also means I can't afford to void the warranty with performance parts, which means aesthetic stuff is going to happen first. But yeah, so today I'm just going to be going through all the stuff that I've kind of chosen that I want to put on this car, and yeah. I'm sure a lot of you car people are going to find this very relatable because I'm sure most of us, if not all of us, have done research for car parts on a car that we don't have or can't afford. But for this, I have the car. So I thought I would research it, and so I've figured out what I want, and I'm basically going to list all the stuff that I'm going to put on the car, hopefully in the order of which I will install them. So as I said, I'm going to start with aesthetic stuff because I don't think that voids the warranty. So let's begin. So first, we have got the STI trunk swap, which I have talked about before, which may or may not happen. Because what I've decided with myself, in my head, is that if I can't do it during the summer, I'm never going to do it, essentially. I basically have a month and a half or something, I don't know, until time runs out. And so basically, if the dealer I bought my car from has an ice silver STI, I will do the trunk swap. If they never get one, I'm not going to do it. So that's that. So that's the trunk swap. May or may not happen. And then after that, I'm going to get the car resprayed in Dodge Plum Crazy Purple with, I think, the paint code of PHG. And that'll look pretty cool. And then, hopefully, by then, I will have vinyls, that I have designed or made concept art for, and or in some way. I'm not a great artist, so we'll see how that plays out. And that'll be cool. So basically, picture a purple STI with some vinyls so far. And then we've got the Charge Speed Bottom Line Carbon Fiber T1 kit, which is on subispeed.com, which is a shop not too far from where I go to school, which is in Iowa. So Subispeed is in Des Moines, I believe, and I'm in Iowa City. So let's go to subispeed.com, and I'm recording my monitor so you guys will be able to see what I'm looking at. So here we are. So we have the Charge Speed Bottom Line Carbon Fiber T1 kit. It's 5 pieces of stuff. So we've got a lip here, which looks pretty cool. So that's the lip there. And then we've got some side skirt lips here, and then stuff for the rear bumpers here, and also a thing above the license plate here. Let's see if we can get some close-up stuff. So the lip looks pretty cool. I'm really pleased with the lip. The side skirt's important to me because I couldn't find anything else that really looked that good. I looked at Cybin Carbon, and nothing really appealed to me, and while this is more expensive than Cybin Carbon, if I wanted to get a set, this is overall more aesthetically pleasing. So the lips on the side skirts are cool, the front lip is cool. The rear stuff is pretty good too, and then it also comes with this license plate thing, which I don't need. I wouldn't have picked it if I had the option not to, but to heck with it, why not? So that's pretty cool. So that means we've got a purple STI, essentially. It's not actually an STI, I'm not pretending it's an STI. A purple STI looking car, just to help you imagine this, with that body kit and some vinyls. And it looks pretty cool. And so after that, we've got lights. And this is also from Subispeed as well. So here we've got some Subispeed US domestic market TR style sequential taillights. And these lights look pretty cool. The main reason why I want them is because of the the color scheme of it, with the black and the red, and I just think it all looks very, very nice. And then another cool thing with these lights is the turn signal. So let's just scroll down here, and you can see there's a sequential turn signal. which also makes the car seem a little bit more premium and a little bit more higher grade, and also just more unique. You know, it's an aftermarket part, and you know, you're not going to see it on any OEM stock cars or anything like that. So yeah, very cool. And obviously this can also be put on an STI and things like that, but we're working with a WRX. But because they're both basically the same, structurally wise, there you go. So rear lights. And then there's a bunch of headlights that I like with sequential turn signals. Now these look very cool just with them off. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at those. That just looks so cool. Is there a GIF or a GIF for the sequential things? No. There's no GIF for them, but it says they have a sequential turn signal. There's videos here. You can look at them yourself. I'm not going to play them. So that looks cool too. And then we've also got some other light things. Like we've got these fog light thingies here. We've got the fog light housing. And this thing that won't load. There we go. And some turn signal housings here. And this cool little F1 light thingy here. I don't know if there's a better picture of it. Give me a better picture. I can't get a better picture, but it's like this cool little F1 like rear light thing that goes in the back of the car, which I just think looks kind of nice. It's silly, but my car, who cares? So those are all those. And then on to more lighting stuff, but this time we're not on subispeed.com. This time we're on ledunderbody.com, and we are looking at the underbody kit, which is smartphone controlled, so that means I can control it on this thing instead of having to mess with some kind of weird control box, which is right there in the picture here. But the smartphone thing will make it just a little bit more user-friendly for me, and I don't have to screw around so much. And so basically you're picturing basically you're picturing a WRX with an STI wing that's purple, vinyl, cool body kit, and some sweet lights, and now some green LED underbody lights, and also some interior lights as well. And so the way I'll have that set up is we'll have interior lights in the front seats and in the back seats, so that you have this cool green glow on the inside of the car. And because it's green, that means it should be street legal in most states. Maybe not all, but because it's not red or blue, it'll be easier. And I think LED is easier to make street legal than neon, I believe. I think. I don't actually know. You can tell me in the comments and completely school me. I don't really care. I'm not going to take it personally. So that's the LED kit. That's pretty cool. And now we're on to the final and one of the most expensive aesthetic mods, which is the wheels. And the dream wheels for me are these BBS wheels. And so I've already made sure these fit and everything like that. And what I want to get is the RG 775H, which are these cool kind of blackish BBS wheels, and I just think they would look nice. The stock wheels are already pretty cool, so that's why it's the last thing I'm gonna do, because the stock wheels already please me. So yeah, so that is all the aesthetic stuff. So now let's fast forward in time to when I can afford it, and also when the warranty has run out just kind of naturally. You know, either I've used up all the miles or it's just been a certain amount of time. So now we go on to the performance mods. So to start, let's go to Extreme Turbo Systems. Extreme Turbo Systems, or ETS, makes packages for the 2015 WRX, and right now there are only 2. I don't think there's going to be any more. And these packages basically consist of, for example, the first one consists of an intake, an intercooler, and a blow-off valve, and some other stuff. Pretty cool. Basic stuff. And then for the number 2 package, it comes with a cob access port and an exhaust. Cool. And for that, I basically selected an exhaust with catalytic converter, resonator, mid-pipe, and blue burnt tips. And apparently, you know, you can be extreme and say no mufflers, which I'm not going to do, because that's crazy. Because it's a daily and it's a road car, and I don't want to get pulled over all the time while doing everyday commutes. So yeah, that's cool. And the main thing that's really cool about those things for me is the exhaust. But the other stuff is also cool with the bolt-ons and the cob access port, but it's mainly the exhaust. whilst getting the foundations out of the way. Because the car doesn't sound that special, and it doesn't have the signature rumble of low rumble of most Subarus of old, because it doesn't have unequal length headers like the STI. This time it has the twin scroll turbo with equal length headers. So that means I have to make up for that essentially basically by making it cool in its own way, sound cool in its own way. Which is really important, because I haven't talked about this yet, but I really want the chances of someone to roll up next to me at a stoplight in a car like mine, you know, I want the chances of that to be 0. You know, and so by doing that, I'm just going to keep adding mods and mods and mods to make the car look unique and perform in its own unique way. And, you know, for those of you, you know, because I haven't talked about this either, the goal for the car, for those of you who are wondering, is 400 wheel horsepower to 430 wheel horsepower. And as I've said, this car is a daily. And I will talk about how I can daily that in just a second once I talk about the mods that can sustain that power while still being reliable. So, there we go. That's the ETS packages out of the way. And then we've got brakes. And we're back at subispeed.com, funnily enough. And so, the brakes that I have in mind, the ones that I've found, are these these StopTech big brake kits for both the front and the back wheels. Not much that can really be said about them, just that they're really good, obviously, and that's that. And then for the suspension, I want to get Fortune Auto coilovers, and I don't know if these are the particular ones I'm going to end up getting, but because I want to do road trips and I want it to be a daily, you know, suspension for grand touring use sounds about right for me. We'll see. I mean, it says it's for highline vehicles and exotic supercars, and we're talking about a 2015 Subaru WRX, so that might not fit that categorically. We will see when it happens. I mean, there are also other coilovers, like for example, their 500 series and stuff like that, and that's for occasional race use, which means it's going to be even stiffer than it is now, and it's already pretty stiff, and apparently according to some reviews, it's about as stiff as an Evo 10, which is interesting, because an Evo 10 was a car I was looking at before I got this car. But anyways, so we've got the brakes and the Fortune Auto coilovers, suspension systems, and I think it's pretty cool that a Fortune Auto is a thing, because you know, like, they can tailor it to like your driving style and your specifications and things like that. Like based on what I've heard, that's what they do. They listen to you and you say, this is what I want to do, this is what the car's for, this is how I drive, and then they kind of tailor it towards you and the car, which I think is kind of cool, because then that means I don't have to worry about adjusting it and getting it perfect, because these guys clearly know what they're doing. And also they're in Virginia, which is where Elena is, which is very cool. Well, she's only there during vacations and things like that, because that's just where her family is. She goes to school elsewhere. She will be going to school elsewhere. She only just finished high school. And I'm in the middle of the summer. So that's that. So brakes and suspension out of the way. And now on to the really cool stuff. So here we have a Stage 3 Pro-built engine by Motion Lab Tuning. Made to handle up to 650 wheel horsepower, but because I'm not going anywhere near that with my goals, that gives me a lot of wiggle room for safety and cushion and stuff like that. And obviously, as you know, giving this car a cushion when it comes to reliability and breakability is very important. You can see that mentality with the whole not wanting to void the warranty thing. You know, I want to have as much cushioning in case the car breaks, and when I start modding it, I want to make sure that it's less likely to break. So this engine, you know, I'm sure the stock engine can handle 430 wheel horsepower just fine, but I want to make it a little bit better, because I'm not trying to break any records, but I'm also trying not to push any limits. So this kind of gets out of the way. And for the thing that makes all the power, as you can see right here, is the ETS Subaru WRX Turbo Kit. I don't really know which turbo I would select, but you have a whole bunch of options here. I mean, right here, this car makes 422 horsepower, and it does that with the smallest turbo right here. That's far off into the future. And I'm also not trying to break any records like this guy by trying to make a 10-second car. I mean, this car right here is, I believe, maybe not the current world record, but at some point it was, with 640 wheel horsepower. With a built motor and everything, it was just a quick car. My car's not going to be like that. It will be quick, but not that quick. So yeah, that's the turbo kit, and that is all the mods. So anyways, this is a picture of the car here. That is all the mods I really have in mind currently for the car. I'm probably not going to do much more than that. Hopefully you can picture that, you know, basically purple STI looking car with cool lights, LED vinyls, body kit, with 430-ish wheel horsepower, with a nice sounding exhaust. So yeah, that's the plans. Right now this is how the car looks because it's perfectly stock, and it's going to be that way for a while. You know, because as I said before, college student hinders things, but that's not a big deal. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and found this relatable, because you know, most car guys do this, you know, browse all the parts and see what they can do with their car if they had the infinite time and budget to do so. So yeah, those are the fruits of my research, and I hope you guys enjoyed going through them with me, and hopefully I can achieve some of these dreams, or maybe even do a little better, who knows. But it's definitely going to take some time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in future videos.